Bom dia, welcome back. Well, it's March 2026, and that has a significant meaning for me. It was in the month of March 2022, exactly 4 years ago, that I moved back to Brazil as a legal permanent resident. Kind of like the equivalent of having a green card in the United States. It means that I can live here full time, and because I'm over the age of 60, I never have to renew it. It's good for my lifetime. And I could and can live here in Brazil for the rest of my life as a permanent resident. However, now that I've just completed 4 years as a permanent resident, this month being my 4-year anniversary, and just to note that I have been traveling to and living in Brazil since 1999. But prior to becoming a permanent resident 4 years ago, I was always here on tourist visas, which limited my stays in Brazil to 6 months out of a 12-month period. So I would live half a year here and half a year either back in California or in Mexico or someplace else. But now I'm permanently year-round. But what the 4-year mark means is that I am now eligible to apply for, yes, Brazilian citizenship. And that is a very exciting prospect for me. By the way, I'm walking the Barra to Rio Vermelho route today. You notice they're still dismantling Carnival. Over 2 weeks since Carnival ended, they're still dismantling these viewing stands, camarotes. It's coming down. You can see the workers there dismantling it. But soon we'll get our ocean view back on this particular stretch of the walk. Brazil has always been very good to me. I would be very proud to be a citizen of Brazil. Of course, will be a dual national. I will be a citizen of the United States and a citizen of Brazil. I do not intend to renounce my U.S. citizenship, but I think, especially now under the current climate and regime in the United States, the Trump regime, I think it is important, more important than ever, to have dual nationality, to have an escape plan, to have another option. I do have that other option now as a legal permanent resident of Brazil, but I feel even more secure as a Brazilian citizen with a Brazilian passport. So that is my plan now that I'm eligible to apply. May happen, I may start the process not right now, but maybe in 2 or 3 months from now. I do have a law firm that specializes in this, and they do allow you to pay in installments, so that'll make it a lot easier cost-wise. And they do all of the work, so I've got that lined up. Apparently the process takes 6 to 8 months, so I could theoretically be a Brazilian citizen by the end of this year, 2026, or early 2027. So that's something to look forward to. That'll be a proud day indeed. Now, it was recently in the news that some retrograde MAGA Republican congressperson introduced a bill in Congress that would eliminate dual citizenship in the United States. Under his proposed bill, Americans with dual nationality would either have to renounce their foreign citizenship or give up their American citizenship, which is absolutely absurd and fascist in my opinion. The United States, along with many other countries, has allowed dual nationality throughout its history. But of course, we can expect that kind of retrograde law to be introduced under the Trump regime, but I highly doubt that it will be successful, so I'm not going to worry about it. So that is my big exciting news for today. I look forward to the day when I can tira onda, show off my Brazilian passport. The coolness factor alone is worth it. And as I said, I will continue to be an American citizen, just like I have been since birth, 71 years now, with all the rights and responsibilities of an American citizen, including voting and exercising my freedom of speech, as I do here on YouTube. There is an expression, a rather cynical expression. I think it goes like this: Brazil is a country of the future and always will be. Meaning, cynically, that Brazil has a lot of potential, but never realizes its potential. It's always, the future is always somewhat out of reach. But I don't think that that's the reality of Brazil anymore. I think Brazil, it's coming into its own, that it really is a major player on the global stage. It's already very much a regional power. And as the world, many countries pull away from the influence and sphere of the United States, because under the Trump regime, I should say, and machine, the United States has been very disdainful of other countries. So other countries are creating alliances outside the sphere of the United States. The BRICS nations are an example. Of course, Brazil is the B in BRICS, and more countries are joining the BRICS. Mexico and Canada are making new alliances and trade agreements with Europe, and not including the United States, because, well, we can see that the United States under Trump has been very, very dismissive and disdainful and even threatening to Canada and Mexico, as well as other countries. So more and more other countries are going to start excluding the United States. And I think Brazil is going to benefit from that. So I will be starting the process, applying for Brazilian citizen very soon now. Because this month, March 2026, as I said, represents 4 full years as a permanent legal resident here in Brazil. Thank you, Brazil. Obrigado, Brazil. Eu te amo, Brazil. I love you, Brazil. Thank you for taking me in. I saw a news report the other day that a record number of U.S. citizens have moved abroad in the year 2025. And I completely understand why. Many for the same reasons I have. Well, one is, of course, is a lower cost of living, but also because of the political situation in the United States. I do understand that moving abroad, leaving the U.S. is not for everybody, and my hat off and my full respect for those who stay in the United States and fight and resist within the country, because that's very much needed also. And even though I now live outside the United States, I'm still a U.S. citizen, and yes, I vote. As a U.S. citizen living abroad, I'm fully eligible to vote. It's not difficult. There's a process of signing up. Just Google it. And if you're living abroad, you should be voting too. How it works is that you vote, you're registered at the last address that you lived in the United States. So I'm registered to vote in San Francisco, California. I can vote in national elections, state elections, municipal elections. So don't forget to exercise your right to vote no matter where you are. Especially this year, with the midterm elections coming up in November, it's extremely important that we vote so that the House of Representatives and possibly the Senate both turn blue, and there is a real opposition to the madness that is occurring in the United States. It rained heavily all last night, which was great. I love the sound of the rain. My plants in my patio garden were singing with happiness. Everything got thoroughly soaked, and the dust got washed off the big leaves. It stopped raining now, obviously, but it's still overcast. But the temperature is very nice. When I saw the outdoor thermometer, it said 28 degrees Celsius, so it's very pleasant. So, that's what I wanted to talk about today. That I'm going to formalize my 26-year-long love affair with Brazil, kind of like applying for a marriage license and getting married. Applying for citizenship, that's what it feels like. I'm going to start the first process, applying for a marriage license citizenship application, and hopefully by the end of this year or early 2027, I can show you my citizenship papers, and then my shiny new Brazilian passport. That will be a very happy and proud day in my life. As always, thanks for joining me. See you soon. Beijos. Ciao.